co-director of the Sustainable Energy and Economy Network.
Thank you.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report, as we continue to broadcast from the World People's Summit on Climate Change and Rights of Mother Earth here in Bolivia. A few blocks from the main entrance to the summit, hundreds of Bolivian and Latin American environmentalists have been crowding into a small hall to participate in discussions that they say are too controversial for the actual summit. Dubbed Working Group 18, or Mesa 18. The discussions are focused on the environmental destruction inside Bolivia caused by development projects here, mining and oil and gas exploration promoted by the Morales government. The summit itself has included a series of 17 working groups, each discussing a separate issue, from climate debt to forest to the rights of Mother Earth. But the activists associated with Working Group 18 claim their issues have been excluded from the summit. Their two-day session ended Wednesday night with a declaration from indigenous organizations and peasant groups rejecting large-scale development projects, transnational corporations, and natural resource extraction on their territories. Well, on Wednesday afternoon, Democracy Now!'s Anjali Kamat spoke to Moira Millán, an indigenous Mapuche activist from southern Argentina. She's an active participant in Working Group 18 and an outspoken critic of the extractive model of development practiced in countries across Latin America.
Mi nombre es Moira Millán. Soy Mapuche.
I am a Mapuche.
Del sur de la Patagonia.
I'm from the south of the Patagonia, which is occupied by Argentina. The nation of Mapuche is occupied by two states, Argentina and Chile. From a long time ago, we've been struggling for the recuperation of our land.
Moira, we're standing outside Mesa 18, Workshop 18. Can you explain what Workshop 18 is, what the goals of it are, and why it's not included in the main conference?
La Mesa 18 es un espacio de reflexión.
Working Group 18 is a space for reflection much more profound. It's an autonomous space where, for example, where we didn't have a pre-prepared document, but what will come out here will come out straight from the debates that have happened here. But also, Working Group 18 is the evident reality of a people who want to walk towards the model of living well, because there are lots of contradictions in the process. The contradictions that we can hear here in the testimonies of the people, of the brothers and sisters affected by the extractive industries, these contradictions can be overcome by first recognizing these contradictions, and then we can participate and commit all ourselves to develop proposals for economic models, to really have a revolution in our thinking, because this system that takes all the resources, that is depredating, is affecting our ways of life as well. The Working Group of 18 should have been inside the official event, because inside the event of the People's Conference on Climate Change, but unfortunately it wasn't authorized. But what we want to say is that this working group is complementary to what's going on inside the official event. The working group does not want to delegitimize the figure of Evo Morales. We don't just want to come out with pamphlets against the Evo Morales government. But what we do is we take up the historical responsibility to show the world what we got right and the failures of this whole process. And we, the original people, the indigenous peoples, we need real legitimate spaces where the good and the bad can both be talked about. Because we all have to learn about what went wrong and what went well in the Evo Morales government program for change. What I can say, the challenge to break with the logic of the market
dentro de las estructuras de un Estado,
within the structures of a state,
que tiene impuestas las reglas de juego de la política global,
which has imposed on itself or is imposed with the rules of the market and the world market system,
representa un camino de muchas dificultades.
is a really difficult road.
y que no se está discutiendo pensando cómo se va a
And we are not really thinking enough about how we're going to resolve this challenge.
Pero sí me parece que
But I do
sería
think
una
that-
alternativa repensar la geopolítica
But I think
ancestral
we
del
need to
continente
start with rethinking the ancestral geopolitics of the continent
y del mundo,
and of the world,
y que quienes determinen la constitución
and the
cultural,
ones who determine the cultural constitution
económica
and the economic constitution,
social.
political and social constitution,
y cultural de los pueblos
and cultural constitution of the peoples
sea la propia naturaleza de la que formamos
should
parte.
be the very nature or the very nature to which we belong.
Me siento solidaria con el proceso de Bolivia.
I feel in solidarity with the Bolivian process,
Sin embargo, como parte de una nación sin Estado,
but being part of a nation that has no state,
que reafirma su derecho a la existencia
but who
como tal,
reaffirms their right to existence as
desconfío
such,
mucho
I have no confidence
de verdaderas y profundas revoluciones
that real and profound revolutions
desde la estructura de estos Estados-nación.
could happen from the structures of this type of states.
Moira Millán, an indigenous Mapuche activist from southern Argentina. She was interviewed by Democracy Now!'s Anjali Kamat. Yes, Moira is an active participant in Working Group 18, and we'll hear more from that group. We'll hear from one of the miners who has been protesting at a silver mine called San Cristobal, and we'll see what's happening there in a minute.